If I wanted to lose 30 pounds fast in 2026, here's exactly what I do. And in this video, I'm breaking down the 5 exact steps that actually work. And if you follow these consistently, you can achieve the same fat loss results many of my clients have experienced, which are the same steps that helped me lose 60 pounds and win my pro card as a natural bodybuilder. So with that being said, let's dive into step number 1. Create a real and smart calorie deficit, because being in a calorie deficit equals fat loss. Now, what do I mean by real and smart? Well, actually being in a deficit compared to saying you're in a deficit are two different things, because if you aren't losing at least 0.5 to 1% of your body weight per week, unfortunately, you're not in a real deficit. And smart, because the truth is, most people in 2026 are either following TikTok diets, detox trends, the hottest new peptide, starvation protocols, or even zero carb approaches. And while some of these can work, it's not a smart approach if it isn't realistic and practical long term. So here's what I want you to do. Track your total daily intake every single day for the next 7 to 10 days. This means every meal, snack, and drink you have, I want you to log it into a food app. This can be Chronometer, Macro Factor, or what I personally like to use, MyFitnessPal. During this time, I don't want you to change anything. I want you to eat the same exact way you are currently eating. For now at least. This way we get a real idea of how much you are actually consuming. Now, why is this so important? Because what gets measured gets managed. And if we know how much you're averaging on a daily basis, losing fat becomes much easier, because now you have real data to work with. If you want consistent results, you want to know, not guess. So once you've tracked your intake for those 7 to 10 days, look at how your body responds. What are the weekly trends on the scale showing you? Is your weight trending up, down, or staying the same? Because once you have this data, we know exactly what to do next to ensure you're in a real calorie deficit. So if you're noticing you're losing 0.5 to 1% of your body weight, congratulations, you've entered fat burning mode. If your weight stayed the same or even increased, here's what I want you to do. Now that you have control of your intake, reduce your calories by about 300 to 700 calories and repeat the process for another 7 to 10 days. You want to make sure you give yourself and your body enough time to adjust so you can collect new data before wanting to make any sudden moves again. A big mistake I see is people being way too impatient and start cutting calories too frequently without giving their body a chance to show if it's actually working. Going off 1, 2, or 3 days of your daily weigh-ins isn't enough data to know whether or not you should adjust your approach or keep everything the same. That's why you want to hold this new intake for at least a week, because your weight fluctuates daily for a lot of reasons. So if you tracked everything to the best of your ability and made that calorie drop, you should start seeing a noticeable shift in your weekly trend. If you do, great, you're in a calorie deficit. If not, then just give up. I'm just kidding, but seriously, don't do that. Never give up. You're not broken, we just need to adjust your plan. Keep in mind, everyone is different, and some people will be able to diet on more food and some on less food due to many lifestyle and genetic factors. That's why knowing and having control of your intake is extremely crucial. Now, before we just keep dropping calories again, I'd look at the expenditure side of things first, because relying only on eating less is much harder to sustain long term compared to combining it with training, cardio, and overall movement. The goal is to turn you into a strong, efficient fat burning machine where your daily habits work with you, not against you. So stick with me here, because I'm going to show you exactly how to add these tools into your lifestyle. Now that you've created your calorie deficit, step number 2 is structuring your diet around high protein and high volume foods. This is key if you want to lose body fat, not just weight. Most people mess this up because they just focus on eating less, which leads to constant hunger and making it way harder to stay consistent. I want you to work smarter, not harder. The goal here is to choose foods that support muscle, control hunger, and give you more food volume for fewer calories. That's why protein is a non-negotiable. I'd aim for about 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 180 pounds, that's roughly 125 to 180 grams of protein per day. Protein should be the anchor of your diet. Protein helps keep you full, protects your muscles while dieting, and even burns more calories during digestion compared to other macronutrients, which is an extra boost to creating that calorie deficit. For me, I like sticking to lean sources of protein so I can keep my calories lower while still having room to add healthy fats to my meals compared to consuming most of them through fatty sources of meat. A go-to for me and what I suggest is sticking with leaner sources of protein to help keep calories low, but also give you more room to add in healthy fats to your meals, compared to consuming most of them through fatty sources of meat. So to keep things simple, I'd suggest picking a few lean sources of protein you enjoy and building your meals around those for consistency and simplicity. Some of my go-tos are egg whites, chicken breasts, Greek yogurt, protein powder, and 93% or more ground meats like beef or turkey. Then I build the rest of my meals around high volume foods, foods that take up more space in your stomach for fewer calories. This will allow you to eat more, making it easier to adhere to your deficit and help manage hunger and cravings throughout the day. These are your fruits, vegetables, lean meats, and high fibrous carbohydrates. Some of my go-tos when I'm looking to drop some body fat are berries, apples, kiwis, spinach, broccoli, zucchini, squash, cabbage, lettuce, potatoes, cream of rice, rice cakes, and controlled portions of white rice. This allows for variety, more volume, bigger meals, more satisfaction, and higher satiety meals to help create more adherence and consistency to your deficit. When you combine high protein with high volume foods, you control hunger instead of fighting it. And when hunger is controlled, consistency becomes easy and effortless. So now that you are eating in a way that fuels your body, it's time to put those calories to work, which leads me to step number 3, which is lifting weights 3 to 5 times per week. For some people, showing up to the gym is the easy part. For others, this is where they struggle, whether it's because of time management or simply not enjoying the idea of lifting weights. But let me say this, the goal of lifting weights isn't to strive to be the next Arnold or have the biggest muscles in the gym. No, it's to preserve lean muscle, support your metabolism, improve bone density, increase longevity, improve cardiovascular health, and feel strong in a healthy body you can maintain. If you don't prioritize lifting weights, your body has no reason to hold on to muscle while you're dieting, which leads to a slower metabolism, making it harder to lose fat, and most of the time, a physique that looks smaller but not better. Lifting weights sends signals to your body saying, hey, we still need this precious muscle, which completely changes how your body's composition looks as you lose fat. Remember, the goal isn't just to lose weight, it's to lose fat and keep your hard-earned muscle. Now, I wouldn't overcomplicate this either, but you do need to show up if fat loss is your goal. 3 times per week is more than enough even for the person that isn't the biggest fan of the gym. So for my starters that plan on going 3 times per week, I made it easy for you and created a simple full body split routine for you to follow, which I'll pop up here on the screen for you to screenshot and start following. For my frequent gym goers that enjoy going to the gym 4 to 5 times per week, I stick with either an upper-lower split or a traditional push-pull leg split. Don't overcomplicate this part by trying to figure out what are the best exercises and focus on what really matters here. Progressive overload, getting stronger over time, pushing your sets close to failure, mastering your form, and simply having fun. You don't need 2-hour workouts. You need effort and consistency. The goal during a fat loss phase isn't to burn the most calories during your strength training workout. It's to preserve muscle and shape your physique while the fat comes off. This is how you build a lean and toned physique. Now, while lifting weights should always be a priority over calorie burn, we don't want to ignore the power it has to helping us create a deficit that is sustainable and realistic, which leads me to step number 4, which is increasing your daily steps, not just for one day, but every day. This is one of the most underrated fat loss tools out there. I'm not talking about more running or intense cardio. I'm simply talking about moving more throughout your day. This includes your daily steps and all of your movement outside the gym. Being aware of your daily movement can burn hundreds of extra calories, all without increasing hunger the way intense cardio does. Walking is low stress, easier on the joints, easy to recover from, more sustainable long term, and a great 1-2 combo when you combine it with lifting weights. The problem is that most people train for an hour and then sit the rest of the day. That's a huge missed opportunity in that extra daily calorie burn that makes a consistent calorie deficit manageable for most people. Fat loss doesn't just happen in the gym, it happens in your daily habits. So if I'm serious about losing fat fast, one of the easiest ways to do so is increasing my daily step count. I'd aim for 8 to 12K steps per day and even push closer to 15,000 on the weekends. And the way I do this is by adding a morning or evening walk every day, walking in between my meals, taking calls on my walking pad, parking further from the gym or grocery store, taking the stairs versus the elevator, and even walking in between my sets. It sounds simple, but it works, especially if you are someone who already sits the majority of the day and is currently only getting 2 to 4,000 steps a day. You know who you are. Just by doubling your daily average is a major increase in calorie expenditure and can be the game changer to making a calorie deficit feel more manageable. So now that you have the 4 major key steps to creating a calorie deficit, let's go over what I believe is the most important to tying all of these together. Step number 5 is locking in your daily routine and protecting it. I promise you fat loss becomes much easier when your day stops being random and starts being more structured. This is the step most people don't want to hear, but it's the one that actually works. Most people fail because they're constantly changing everything. New diet approach every week, new workout split, new strategies. But the truth is fat loss doesn't require constant change or tricking the body. It requires consistency with repeated patterns that work. So what I do is keep things simple and repeatable. I'd rotate a few small set of meals I enjoy. I train on the same days every week around the same time, hit my daily steps, track my daily weigh-ins, and I'd go to bed and wake up at consistent times so I'm getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. When your routine is predictable, your results become predictable and easier to manage. You remove decision fatigue, emotion, and the guesswork, which unfortunately is what most people do. They go into each day not knowing what they're eating, debating the gym depending on how they feel that day, and let their emotions carry their decisions. The more automated your days are, the less likely you are to fall off. Remember, fat loss isn't about being perfect. It's about winning most days in a row. And that only happens when your routine is locked and you stop guessing your way to your results. When you build a repeatable structure around these 5 steps, fat loss becomes easier to manage and easier to control. And if you want to see my exact full day routine on how I made all of this possible, make sure to check out this video next. And that's exactly what I would do right now if I wanted to lose 30 pounds. This is the same structure that made fat loss feel predictable and in my control, and the same approach that helped me compete in 4 natural bodybuilding shows last year. My clients have done it, and so can you. Listen, I'm not selling you fad diets, extreme routines, 8-week programs, or supplements to burn fat. I'm giving you what actually works in a way that is simple, realistic, and sustainable if you stick with it. You don't have to be perfect, you just need to start with step 1 and start building momentum. If you need help with any of these 5 steps, drop a comment below and let me know how I can help. And as always, if you found this video helpful, be sure to smash that like button for me, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace, guys.